What's good, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob, and you guys. How you guys doing? Let's go. That's it. I'm on a streak right now. We got 3 days straight, guys. I'm so thankful to be able to tell you that if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar family, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. The streak continues. Yesterday I said this, and of course we got some great superstars that let us know below that we are approaching number 420. 420. So it's coming soon, supposedly in 6 days. I don't know. I've lost count. I'm not even checking. Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Get a star beside your name. Get access to our spreadsheets, drop spreadsheet, which is super helpful. Market cap analysis spreadsheet. And of course, the market floor sweeping spreadsheet. If you're interested in that, get our buys and sells. You also get the opportunity to the different giveaways. Give a star away every single month. Yeah, we'll do some advertisements for you too. I'm waiting for somebody to ask. It's been a while since anybody wanted to advertise. I guess no one's selling. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You reach out to us. We're going to respond. Thank you to all our VIPs. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. This is what keeps us going. It's all of you VIPs and, of course, all you superstars watching. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. So not that much going on in the VV world today, but got an interesting topic to talk about later. If you haven't heard, and maybe you've been out of it, the Marvel Mighties dropped, and we finally found out what they meant by interactive. And it was something I speculated. Maybe it's going to be just the mask coming on and off, and it ended up being that. Maybe I gave them a little bit too much credit. I was almost thinking of some kind of like animated shrinkage. Like they already have the shrinkage ability with your fingers. You can literally make it small if you needed to, right? So maybe just give some animation. You click a button, but it was wishful thinking. In the end, it ended up being just the mask coming off and on. You could see their faces. So kind of cool, though. It could be the beginning maybe of a new era of Marvel Mighties being interactive or animated. Animated would be pretty cool because you can actually see them move. But interactive, at least at this point, seemed pretty simple enough, turning the mask on and off. It's just a nice twist. It's always good to have more functionality in the collectibles, even though in yesterday's video, I mentioned that it won't really matter from a value perspective, at least right now. But it's still fun to have. It's just another added functionality that you can build on in the future. We got Tales of Suspense, number 94. So this is more of the Ant-Man train, right? MODOK, who's the airdrop. So it's something, if you're interested in, you can go for. We're waiting for our experts. I checked earlier. VV rank has not put down yet if this is an A rank, B rank, C rank comment, but we will wait and see. Superstar Money, Twitter, of course, you got the Lambos. People are doing some fun stuff with the Lambos. Okay, they're throwing all sorts of different collectibles in the car, riding the whip. And then this one here, you got almost like a racing in the city. You gotta love those, some GTA stuff. So very cool. Look, you even got the Up House in there. It's just so creative. The Coca-Cola truck, love it. Shout out to Double Quill. Thanks to Lambo, only 6 folks found my story this week. So here's the free read friend code for Enter the Comic Shop, going back to physicals after 30 years. If you want to check it out, Shout out Double Quill. Take a look at this. Just again, so cool. So people are having a lot of fun with these right now, putting them on their streets, taking photos with them. You saw it in the collectibles in the showroom, but you can drop it down even on your table if you want, but you could put it down on the street and maybe have that imagination of what can come. So that's a lot of fun. And then, yeah, I didn't retweet those, and this is a Joe retweet. You know how he feels about the Disney villain set. It's Ursula there. Driving the Lambo. She's a little bit too short. You got Ant-Man below hitting the pedal for her. Look at the detail. I mean, I got it on the drop. I wouldn't FOMO into it, though. We've seen how this market is. Things have pretty much stabilized. But this is the common. So if you want to get in cheap, I think it's trading at like 110 or 105 gems right now. So not too much overlisted. So it's pretty achievable if that was something that you're interested in. Okay, today's video topic. Shout out Superstar Jump Shot. On the video yesterday, he said, are you taking into account people knowing where to tap on a blind box? So what he was referring to was this tweet over here from Superstar B Grand about mint distribution, and how I asserted that because the numbers of first-time minting were so low, that this, in this case, most likely was referring to the fact that there's very few new users And because close to 73% had over 50 items to 1,000 items in their wallet, that it's mostly us old crusty users who are just trading with each other in the secondary market. And there's really no new money or new users coming in. So that's what I said. And I did mention that, you could check out Veve Fox's website to help support that. But I didn't go through it in that video. Here he asked, doesn't necessarily mean few users joined the app. Few new users were able to get one, opposed to users who've been in the app for a long time and know the tricks, in my opinion, which is a fair point. I completely agree with that. I remember when I first started with Veve, I had a hard time getting the drop. I didn't know how to time the buy now. I didn't even know where the buy now button was. Anyone coming into Veve on a drop like the Lambo drop in the blind box format, they will have no idea where that is unless they go and they start watching some YouTube videos. Shout out Veve Vault. I know I actually learned it from him the first time that it changed. So you can go check it out. You got to go on YouTube. Everybody, there's lots of different videos on it. We don't have one, but it'll show you where the buy now button is in those cases. And of course, if you're a new user who just wants to get a Lambo drop, you're going to wait. It's going to pop up. It's going to say sold out right away because you don't got that rapid little finger going on. So eventually you learn after a few drops and then you're good to go. It just sucks that the one that brought you in was probably the one that you're not going to get. And maybe with the introduction of the queue system that they keep talking about, maybe new users will be more likely to get those Lambos or whatever drop they come in for. But we're not there yet. So we have to hone in on this point. Is it new users that a lot came in and they just didn't know how to win the drop? Or is there very few new users and it's mainly like the initial interpretation and that it's mainly just us old, Veve supporters that are dealing with each other. So Veve Fox, guys, she's great. Check her out. She has a YouTube channel. She also has this very, very cool website. You can follow her on Twitter. A lot of great information. She's a data gal and we're data guys. So we like data. So take a look at the website. This is it right here, VVX Tracker. You can see that today, for example, there were 71 new active wallets. Okay. And I mean, at this point, like take a look at the new active wallets, like very, 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 very few, right? 154, 54, 27, 13, 16, 30, 11. Here's a Lambo drop, 175. And then you got 71. I mean, back in January, we had a pump here at 359. So, you're looking at these new active wallets. They're like pretty low numbers, right? You don't have like that much. And there's lots of other data here. I mean, I could just run through it. I wasn't planning on doing this. But like over here, she has active wallets daily and the moving average, right? So if we come to here, we're at a moving average of about 5,000 active users daily. We know from a Mutascan that there's about 650,000 different unique wallets. So of those 650,000 unique wallets, you only got about 5,000 on the moving average that are active, or 5,300. And then here's some active traders. On the Lambo drop, it was about roughly the same as the active users. But on a down day, you're only looking at 1,200 buyers, 1,400 sellers, 2,300 traders in total. So like it's nothing to be concerned about, okay? Because I think that at this point in time, where we are right now with the technology, where Veve is right now, and where the NFT space is right now in general, I just don't think that Veve really can do much at this point in time to do anything in terms of your collectible values. Okay. We can have a discussion about collectors and investors, but whatever. I actually have a very strong opinion on that. Let's just say you're both a collector and an investor, just for argument's sake. Okay. If you care, which I'm assuming 100% of you do, if you care about your collectible value appreciating, then you're going to say, what can Veve do in order to do this? And I'm not giving them an out. I mean, there's a lot of hashtags soon. They talked about MCP, potential rentability in the future, which will be an income stream, which is pretty cool. They talk about the Veveverse, potential rentability in the Veveverse and utility that you can get from the Veveverse, right? Then there's also the music that they talk about. Will music bring in all these fans for music people to come onto Veve? That whole music vertical. There's discussion about localization, going to China, going to different countries, and maybe getting the app in a different language and trying to target different countries to come into the app. There's all of these plans and all of these ideas about what can help Veve grow. But I think the reality is that no matter how hard Veve tries, that it's kind of out of their control. And at this point, all they can do is prepare for the next hype cycle. Just because it's just too early. The utility is just not there. Even a Viviverse utility, it's still not enough. Even rentability, great, but who cares? What are you going to rent it to? Who are you going to rent it to? You need to have some kind of utility in order to rent these collectibles out in the future, if it ever comes. And then what's that utility going to be? Strictly a Viviverse utility? Is that enough to really take advantage of a hype cycle in a bear market? I don't think so. It doesn't matter what your IP is. I don't think so. I think right now, the macros continue to weigh down Veve, and Veve has to do their best to catch up on all these plans and ideas that they know are going to work one day. And this is a time for them to take a breather before the next cycle and do that. And how do I know that? From Google Trends. So if you look up Veve on Google Trends, you can see very sporadic in the year 2022. We're still looking at low numbers compared to that massive hype cycle that happened back in November when Disney actually tweeted about the golden moments, and it got a lot of eyes on the app. And we haven't seen a lot of that from Disney since then. I think at Valentine's Day they did it with Donald and Daisy, but I haven't really seen much from any of the licensors, really. Maybe Jurassic Park did it one time as well, or that AMC thing, right? I think AMC did a promotion with, you watch the Jurassic Park movie, they sent you to the app, something like that with those posters. But until we see, the magical search engine and these masses of people all of a sudden running and typing in Veve, we know we're not in that other hype cycle. And we don't know really when that's going to happen, but it's just hard to see it happening right now. Time and time again, you don't have to overcomplicate it, right? We're in a different environment right now. Bitcoin's down. You have that FTC, the exchange that completely destroyed the entire market, or FTX. And then you have Bitcoin coming down, you have OMI coming down, you have Veve collectibles really coming down from the inflated highs. And there was all sorts of things back last year. There was half price gems that kept them high. There was potentially gem scandals that kept them high. There was like all sorts of things that now, looking back in hindsight, one person could, they could assume that maybe the prices were a little bit more inflated than just a hype cycle can do. And then really, it's been coming down for a long time, but when the FTX came down, that was like a big wake-up call to the crypto community, and then everybody kind of backed off. But point is, even in the NFT space, you see literally the same graph. You have a hype around, you have the hype, in this case, around the same period of time. People had the money, they didn't know what to do with it. They were putting it in NFTs. A lot of people were talking about it. I was hearing about NFTs on the news. And of course, like most bear markets, it reminds me of the crypto winter. I think back in 2018, 2019, that period. I would be driving, and on the radio, I'd be hearing the guy on the radio talking about Bitcoin. And that was, when Bitcoin was surging. And then when the crypto winter came, then I was hearing people on the radio once in a while say how they lost so much money. But I didn't really hear much people talking about it anymore. And this is kind of what happens, just somehow the way the world works. You have this hype coming at the same time. You have the money flowing in. And no matter what Veve does right now, doesn't matter if it's the Viviverse or any other idea that they currently have at this moment, including MCP, I don't think for valuations, it's going to matter. It's probably going to stay the same until that happens. So what am I doing? I'm buying what I like. Got the Lambo, right? I got the Infinity, as the Infinity Stones come out, I'm picking them up. I'm buying things that I think are worth holding for me personally. And I'm not I've actually never overextended myself because, even though I do YouTube videos every day on this, there's lots of things going on in life. And we've met a lot of people who are very, very invested into Veve, much more than we are. But we love it. But that doesn't mean that we're going to go and overextend ourselves to a point where we feel uncomfortable putting in more money in the app, or we feel uncomfortable where we can't really wait this out for the next cycle, if it ever happens. And if it never happens, so be it. It's part of the fun, and it's part of the decision making that you have to make. So if you're able to do so, and you're not feeling the squeeze, you could buy what you like. If you want, you could show your friends. I have a lot of fun having my friends hold almost like a baseball bat like this, and I drop my Skywalker lightsaber right in their hand, and they love the photo when they see it. Doesn't mean they're gonna go download the Veve app and buy it, because for them maybe that's not enough to spend any kind of dollars on. But it's a start. And then maybe as that expands, maybe when some bigger companies begin bringing in some infrastructure like glasses, Apple glasses, where you can maybe actually do something more with these things. Veve and David Hughes already said that they want to make this compatible with all metaverse. So they want to make this as compatible as possible with whatever comes out, so that you can kind of just bring it in where you need it. If that does happen, then maybe we'll start seeing more traction on the masses. That could be a catalyst event. I don't know. Why not? I mean, if people start buying these glasses, they start using it, and there's use cases, at least the way the collectibles are right now, that could potentially be a catalyst. And then the Veveverse as well. I mean, I think the Veveverse alone won't be a catalyst, but a Veveverse in combination with everything else can be. And I'm also I'm not saying this to give Veve more time. I want MCP. They took it away from me. Okay. I was on beta. It was calculating. I never saw it. They took it away. Mitch took it away from me. So I have no idea where I am on the MCP rank. But all these things, they need to get them out as soon as they can. Yes. But at the same time, even if they do, don't think it's going to save you. You got to be patient. You got to go for the long run, not financial advice. This is my opinion. And I would love to know yours as well. So guys, let me know your thoughts below. Do you believe that that there's anything Veve can do whatsoever to help appreciate the price of these collectibles right now? Do you care? Are you okay waiting? Are you like me? You're like, whatever, I'll just go buy what I like, and it is what it is. Whatever happens in the future happens. Are you anxious for Veve to get this stuff because you're bored? Or are you anxious for them to get it because you believe that this could actually be a catalyst to help the prices go back to where they used to be, or at least stop dropping? I don't know. Do you care? Let me know if you care. And more importantly, okay, than going on the Veve app is actually smashing the subscribe button and joining the Superstar fam and hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. We continue, like you guys told us below. 420 supposedly is the day. I haven't done it, but 6 days from now, supposedly it's 420. Thank you for the commenters. I should go look you up and give you guys direct shout outs. I think Delilah was one of them. So we're going to keep at it. We're going to keep at it. And definitely our VIPs who go above and beyond to support us, $2.99 a month, star beside your name, access to our spreadsheets. But always just hit the subscribe button, and we appreciate your support. Thank you guys all so much. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.